from the faculty, the administration, and staff of your university through the medium of this issue of the Purdue Newsreel. This year has special significance in the history of Purdue University due to increasing student enrollments, the unprecedented growth of knowledge, and the ever-expanding demands of our people for education, research, and the public services rendered by the university to state and nation have combined to increase the work of the university so that a major reorganization was necessary. Upon my recommendation, the Board of Trustees approved the appointment of 4 vice presidents to assist and to handle the great problems of university development and growth. I would like then to take this opportunity to introduce these gentlemen to you. The first is Mr. Lytle J. Freehafer, Vice President and Treasurer. Mr. Freehafer's responsibilities include the direction of all business and financial operations of the university, including the operation and maintenance of the physical plant, the residence halls, the Memorial Union, the university airport, and the planning and financing of all university structures and facilities. He also acts as the investment and trust officer, charged with the custody and management of all university funds. Dr. Donald R. Mallett is Vice President and Executive Dean. He is charged with the administrative responsibility over all areas of undergraduate student affairs. Under his direct administrative supervision are the offices of the Dean of Men, the Dean of Women, the Registrar, Director of Admissions, the Tabulating Division, Schedules and Space, the Placement Services, the University Editor, and the Student Health Services. In addition, Dr. Mallett directs the Undergraduate Scholarship and Loan Program, the Academic Counseling Programs in cooperation with the various academic deans, the Intercollegiate and Intramural Athletic Program, Alumni Relations, and the Armed Services College Programs. Dr. Paul F. Chena is Vice President in charge of Academic Affairs. Dr. Chena has direct responsibility for the planning, organization, and development of the academic program at the university. He serves as Chairman Pro Tem of the faculty and its Executive Council, and acts for the President with respect to the selection and appointment of university faculty personnel. Dr. Chena also supervises the university libraries, the Audiovisual Center, and the development of Purdue's program in educational television. Next is Dr. Ernest C. Young, who in his new capacity as Vice President for Research and Dean of the Graduate School supervises Purdue's program of graduate research and education. He serves as Chairman of the Graduate Council and as Chairman of the newly created University Research Policy Committee. He is responsible for the selection and appointment of graduate teaching and research assistants, and he also handles, through the graduate school, the appointment and supervision of numerous fellowship holders. This reorganization is an important step in improving and increasing the services of your university to meet present and future needs of our people and the nation. I know that you, Purdue alumni and friends, will help us to meet the numerous tasks and the great challenges that face us in these difficult times. We need your help, and I know you will give it. Thank you very much.
Other personnel changes include the retirement of Charles James, Roscoe Fraser, Miss Ruth Jordan. Seated are Robert Ryder, Henry Abbott, George Davis, Ellie Hoffman, Miss Geneva Nugent, James Brock, W.F. Graham. Standing are C.E. Hyland, William Gray, M.B. Mellon, C.W. Carrick, L.M. Bush, Roy Robert, Keller Beeson, Omar Ford, V.L. Albert, Clarence Lane, and A.M. Nichter. Dr. Felix Haas is the new director of the Division of Mathematical Sciences. Haas believes that Purdue is destined to have one of the great mathematic departments of the country. Available statistics predict soaring enrollments at Purdue in the years immediately ahead. Purdue is now the 12th largest school in the nation. Administrative personnel continue to make plans to deal with the expected increases in enrollment. To provide expanding educational services, Purdue has established university centers in major population areas in the state. At the Indianapolis campus, a $3 million building named in honor of industrialist Herman C. Cranert and his wife was dedicated in the fall. The Cranerts and President Hovde pose at the dedication ceremonies. Construction continues on the West Lafayette campus to keep up with the predicted increases in student enrollment. South of the Memorial Union Building, on the west side of Grant Street, is the site of a 10-story graduate student house, scheduled for completion in 1963. Older buildings are being expanded. A new auditorium was added to the physics building. At the corner of State Street and McCormick Road, construction is underway for the first of 10 8-story dormitory buildings scheduled for use in 1963. Recent construction also includes more housing for married students, a gatehouse at the airport, remodeling and expansion of a waiting room and restaurant at the University Airport, a new starter house at the Purdue Golf Course constructed by a new method of forming thin concrete shells of special shapes, Purdue's new power plant south of the Vet Science Building, supplementing the old power plant now operating at maximum capacity. McClure Park, a new area for research laboratories for industries, is being developed by the Purdue Research Foundation within a 5-minute drive of the campus. Just north of West Lafayette at 52 Bypass and Northwestern Avenue, the location offers industrial scientists the resources of the university and its personnel. Wabash Magnetics Incorporated already has a laboratory in the new park. To help the Purdue Alumni Scholarship Foundation, the seniors solicited money from classmates in the Senior Class Scholarship Support Drive. Members of the solicitation committees of the various schools were briefed at a kickoff dinner at the Memorial Union Building. O.D. Roberts, Dean of Men, stressed the importance of the Scholarship Foundation program to the university and the nation. He said 214 members of the 1962 class were assisted by the scholarships. The committees organized their campaigns, and the competitive fundraising drive was on. Contributions, no matter how small, were encouraged among the seniors as they are among the alumni. The new Purdue Alumni Directory lists 85,548 alumni. Over 11,000 copies were printed and sold. Ernest Matlock, Detroit, president of the class of 1900, led the Gala Week parade as alumni visited the campus. The class of 1912 celebrated its 50th reunion this year and remembered they were responsible for starting the Purdue Memorial Union, an impressive structure used year-round by students, alumni, and visitors. Alumni are welcome to the campus at all seasons of the year and find familiar landmarks among the new construction. University Hall, oldest building on campus, reopened this year with a completely remodeled interior. Across the mall is the Memorial Center. The executive building houses many of the administrative offices. The Powerhouse Smokestack, a Purdue landmark, is nearby. C. Elliott Hall of Music is often referred to as the cultural center of North Central Indiana. Purdue students and visitors from all over the state come to enjoy the programs of entertainment, education, music, and drama presented here. Among several Broadway productions presented at Purdue this season was The Music Man. Howard Bay, designer for The Music Man, and a famed designer and lighting expert of the American Professional Theater, was a visiting lecturer and artist in residence at Purdue this year. Ross Smith, chairman of the Committee on Convocations and director of the Purdue Play Shop, and Samuel Marks, professor of speech and Play Shop technical director, viewed a new set design with Mr. Bay. High Time Along the Wabash, a play by William Saroyan, famous playwright, novelist, and short story writer, was a highlight of the Play Shop theater program this year. Mr. Saroyan, as an artist in residence, created, wrote, and directed the new play using Purdue staff and student actors.
It's good to have this opportunity to make a few remarks about my visit to Purdue. In the first place, it has been a very great adventure. The play that I came to write has been written, has been produced, and performed. I know that many people are bewildered by some of the meaning of the play. There isn't really very much I can do about that. I think that it should remain pretty much that way. I would like to thank everybody that I worked with, especially my people in the play itself, the performers. They were the best that I have ever worked with, even in the professional theater. I shall always remember them fondly, and I shall always be grateful for having had this opportunity to come to Purdue and to get acquainted with a little bit of university life in the Midwest. Thanks very much.
The new Purdue Health Center is one of the most complete health facilities on any campus other than those with medical schools. There are 10 of these examining rooms with adjacent offices for the doctors. One of the physicians is Dr. Dean Baylor, class of 39, MS 41. Nurse Sue Zimmerman McHale was in the Fort Wayne Extension class of 59. The modern facilities include the latest X-ray and fluoroscopic equipment. Some of the apparatus used in physiotherapy treatments includes hydraulic cervical traction units, weights for progressive resistive exercises, hot paraffin baths, special treadmills with handrail supports, William E. Newell, class of 47, is chief physiotherapist and Purdue athletic trainer. 90 hospital beds are in pleasant private and semi-private rooms. Each room has an adjoining bathroom. Surgery is performed in this modern operating room with planning for future TV observation. A well-equipped laboratory is important for diagnostic work. Services of the new center will be integrated with other schools and departments. The new hospital pharmacy will tie in with courses in the School of Pharmacy. A program in dietetics in the School of Home Economics will utilize the hospital for practical experience. Miss Barbara Barnes, class of 51, measures out proper quantities of various foods. A special dining room offers regular food for hospital staff and special meals for students on restricted diets. Director of the new Purdue University Health Center is Dr. Loyal W. Combs, class of 42. Fred Willis, MS 31, is executive assistant to the director of the health center. Varied activities at Purdue included work with an algae generator, with possible applications to the problem of feeding astronauts or an exploding world population. Here the algae were grown at a maximum rate and fed to chickens, which could eventually be used for food. High-speed photography was used in research work on heat transfer in boiling liquids with applications for nuclear reactor and propulsion technology. A science fair for students under college age was held in the Memorial Center and was sponsored by the university and the Lafayette Journal-Courier. Projects prepared by the young students were discussed and judged experts on the Purdue faculty. A 3-week program for Indiana elementary and high school teachers was held at the university airport to give the answers to space-age questions posed in the classroom by young pupils. The 6th annual Basic Fire School included demonstrations of various ways of fighting problem fires. 50 Peace Corps volunteers from throughout the United States were trained for work in Chile, South America. Physical fitness and fluency in the Spanish language were among the areas of training. Purdue was also chosen as the location for the filming of a motion picture commemorating the land-grant centennial. The Purdue-Michigan State football game. Following a second-half punt, the Boilermakers moved 62 yards in 11 plays. Kick was good. Final score, Purdue 7, Michigan State 6. Swimming coach Dick Packardooth directed practice. John Vogel is an All-American and AAU highboard diving champion. Basketball game between Purdue and Ohio State provided rough competition in the field house. Boasting 50 men, independent of any formal university recognition or financial support, is becoming another major sport. A tennis match between Purdue and DePaul was played on the varsity court. A women's field hockey game was played in front of the Corrick gym. A varsity golf meet between Purdue, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Western Illinois was held at Purdue. Golf coach Sam Boynoff checks the score. Triton, the women's swimming organization, presented a show entitled Synchro Sound. Miss Sandra Curran was selected as Miss Purdue of 1962 and was crowned by Carlotta Spensley, winner of the 1961 competition. Judging was based on beauty, charm, poise, grooming, personality, and talent. During the Christmas holiday, the Purdue band visited Colombia, South America. Under the direction of Professor Al G. Wright, the band played to more than 1 million people during a 10-day goodwill tour. Expenses were paid by an industrial firm in Colombia. Performing in places ranging from the Presidential Palace in Bogota to the Bull Rings and Sugarcane Festival in Cali, bandsmen were impressed by the universal friendliness of the Colombians and their interest in American young people. Although working hard, bandsmen also had fun and enjoyed their tour. One musical number which especially thrilled the Colombians was the march Zacatecas by Codina. Pictures were by Gladys Wright. The Varsity Glee Club, directed by Dr. Albert P. Stewart, class of 31, presents Saturday Afternoon and Come Out Tonight.
Saturday afternoon, my baby's for Rose Polly. She also likes Hanover and Purdue. She always saves her size for Indiana guys. She'll always wait at Old Ball State. She swears her love is true. Saturday afternoon, she cheers for Franklin College. A Wabash Cave and Tinker lines divine. Saturday afternoon, my baby's kind of fickle, but Saturday night she's mine, all mine. Saturday afternoon, she likes a garden Earlham. Sometimes her heart's at butter for a day. And if she rolls her eyes and Valparaiso guys, she'll do the same at Notre Dame and Indiana State. Saturday afternoon.